say. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everybody. Thank y'all for stopping by again today. Of course, we've got a topic, the Triangle of Death in America update. Ain't nothing changed. But remember, this is your live stream, so we'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. Put it over here on the side, and if I can get to it, I will. Shout out to the NTZ crew. There you are, Jacob Tanjay. I appreciate you, man. You and Michael beat your life. You'll be on here today. Any new viewers and subscribers that are on here for the first time, welcome. Anybody catching this on replay, and of course, my old heads. That's Roger Walker, Will Sutton, I Love LaChawn, Charlton, Dean Law. Thank y'all so much. I really appreciate it. The peso is 55.06, man. It's going up. Remember, I don't know what causes that, but I'm so glad it is because I'm certainly going to need it in the morning. I have to go get my extension, my visa renewed. Eric Terry says, hey, Cal, I'll be in the Philippines on May 17th for 3 months. Yeah, man, let's hook up, man, this time. I know you came in here around Christmas. You snuck in here, and she put that whip appeal on you, and we wasn't able to get around. But yeah, Eric, absolutely. Maybe we can head over to Thailand again. I kind of miss Thailand. I think I'm going to go back. I made a short yesterday, and man, did I get pushback on it? No, I didn't think I would. I mean, it's just something that came across my mind. I'm a free thinker. I think for myself, man, and try that, guys. It might help you. It's really relieving, man. It's freedom. I'm free over here. I don't worry about what other people think about me or what they say about me and all of that. But one guy said, it was cohabitation is killing relationships. It's something I said. And he said, well, you're a guy who's had 3 failed relationships. Now, how would he know that if I hadn't told him? See, I told him that. I give y'all guys my boots on the ground experiences. I pour my life out to you to help you, not for you to turn around and then criticize me for it. But anyway, he says, you're the wrong guy to be giving that advice. You've had 3 failed relationships. And I said, no, I'm the right guy to give that advice. Since that's been my reality, that cohabitation is killing relationships. I think we've reached a point in our lives where we should be able to live separate arrangements and still have a relationship. I remember when I was 16 years old, the first time I fell in love, and it was my high school sweetheart, and we didn't live together. And man, every time we was together, it was an event, man. I couldn't wait until the next time. Every moment, man, it just seemed like I cherished every moment because I didn't know when I was going to see her again. Every kiss was special. And I think back on those days, and up to the day she died, we were the best of friends. But everybody that I've ever lived with, where we go? Eventually, it failed because one guy, he hit it on the nose. He said what I should have said. He said, being with somebody 24/7 kills relationships. And that's basically what I was just trying to say, guys, But when I make these videos, when I make these shorts and all that, I'm talking about me. I'm not talking about anybody. But yeah, I'm free, man. I'm a free thinker. And try it, guys. I don't worry I don't make these videos and stuff so that you can agree with me, and I'm not looking for anybody to co-sign them. Okay. RC and Jax, thanks for that super chat. He says, people, especially young people, crave attention, plain and simple. We have turned into a selfie look at me society. Started with Facebook and selfies, and now mass shooters who usually leave a manifesto. Attention is killing us. Man, you make a great point. It's a great point. And this is what I was talking to Marilyn about. You know, we have to try to figure out what's going on over there. If we do nothing, nothing gets done. If nothing changes, then nothing changes, right? Nick, thanks for that super chat. He said, hello, Mr. Calvin. Please don't worry about us in the USA regarding guns. We have to have them for First Amendment reasons. Okay. Yeah, but what you have to understand is this, and I'm going to quote my buddy, Kurt Van Tassel. He's the first foreigner that I met in the Philippines back in 2009. He says, if we would just admit that it's not a gun problem, it's a human problem. He said, we can start right there. And, you know, we're not going to argue today. We're just going to discuss some things, guys, about what's going on. Because here's what I've noticed in my 59, almost 60 years is this. We spend a lot of time in America pointing fingers. We've become a nation of fools, man. If we only get rid of white people, transgenders, blacks, Mexicans, racists, conservatives, Democrats, on and on, not realizing that we're all in it together, man. It's one big mix because you got white people who are transgenders who are racist, black people who are bigots, Mexicans are politicians. You know, yeah, that's another thing on the list. Just get rid of these damn politicians. You know, you pull that one string, guys, and it's all going to come loose. Raise your hand if you've ever heard this saying before. A wise man will change and a fool will stay the same. You know why the wise man changes? Because he can see the error of his ways. He admits when he's wrong and then he corrects it. But a fool, you know what a fool does? He sees the error of other people's ways. See? And that's what's happening over in America. We become a nation of fools, man. So nothing changes. This keeps on happening, man. It's 5 dead now in Louisville. Not 4, it's 5. The police fighting for his life over there. But we're too busy pointing fingers for anything to get done. And he says, don't worry, we have to have them. Absolutely. I'm all for I could not agree with you more, Nick. We need guns over there. Responsible human beings in America need guns to protect us against the fools over there. I'm glad them damn police had guns. Yeah. He got what he deserved. These guys are committing suicide is what they're doing, man. They just, you know, they don't want to kill themselves. That's all it is. You know, and they'll come up with some excuse of why he did it. It's all they always want to blame the mental health and all of that, man. I'm sorry, guys. We gotta do something. Dixie Brick says you could do a vid on Easter week there. We remember last year when the whole country shuts down and we're amazed on yesterday's vid. It was spot on. Yeah, I did a video on Easter before and Holy Week and everything like that before. Even back in May, I did a video about Election Day. But I got a lot of pushback on that little stupid short I had, man. Some of you guys, man, y'all just too perfect. You know, who would you rather give that speech? Me, who's had 3 failed relationships, or some guy who's living on a pink cloud? Nothing's ever went wrong in his life. Everything's, hunky-dory. He's with his woman. I'm going to say what I'm going to say, man. I'm a free thinker. I don't give a damn if you agree with me or not. I don't care. It's none of my business what you think about me, anything like that. Matrix LLC says our founding fathers had little old guns, not 15, not an AR-15 that can kill hundreds. Well, there's a place for AR-15, and he bought that gun legally. Okay, and maybe we can't see the reason why some people were bad, but the person who bought it can't. It doesn't mean it's wrong. Ragdown Rock says sometimes even a relationship needs space to breathe. Absolutely, guys. I mean, why do you have to live with somebody? Why is that the Bible? Okay, if you're going to be married, okay, then get married. But I'm talking about cohabitation, and the numbers don't lie. See, when I did that video, when it came across my mind, see, every time I want to say, is it just me? I always go online to see if there's anything, about the subject. And they had a lady on there, and she was talking about that women are actually happier who live single. I had never heard that before. And you have to understand, one of the big deals when you split up, even get divorced, is what about the assets and what about the debts? Well, there will be no assets. There will be no squabbles over assets and debts if you lived separate living arrangements. Relationships are built on trust. They're not built on control, man. It's just a way to control you. I want to look at you. I trust you as far as I can see you. That's what we're saying. As long as I got my foot on your neck, I know you're going to be okay. Big Dreams Philippines said, Calvin, I'm letting it all go so I can live in peace in the Philippines. I don't blame you, man. It has been peaceful for me over here. See, when I talk about the triangle of death, I'm talking about stress, the police, and thugs. I'm talking about me. I'm talking about my life. You got a triangle of death over there too. I guarantee you do. But it's real over there, and it doesn't matter whether you believe it or not. You can argue all day. But I think I can love a woman without being around her 24/7. I'm probably going to love her more, just like I love my high school sweetheart. I couldn't wait to see her because we didn't live together. We talk on the phone for hours. Every moment I cherish, man, because I didn't know when the next time I was going to see her. But when you be around somebody 24 hours a day, you start bickering and arguing about little stupid stuff that don't matter. You start getting on each other's nerves. Living with another adult human being is one of the most stressful things we can ever do. And you say, why do you do it then? Because it's a pattern. It's ingrained in our lives, guys. You can have awakenings. I've just had awakenings here lately. You're not the same man you was 5 minutes ago. We have awakenings, guys. Remember, a wise man will change, a fool will stay the same. A wise man sees the error of his ways. He can admit he's made some mistakes, and then he corrects them. I can clearly see the mistakes I made yesterday, but it's hard for me to see the mistakes I'm going to make today. So it continues to go on and on and on like that, man. But, I pour out my life. I put it out there, man, because I'm going to tell my story. Nobody's going to tell my story. There's nothing I've hid for him, my viewers. So when, people sent me a link that said that David Campbell was saying something about me, man, I don't care nothing about that, man. Ever since I've had my channel, I've been dealing with lies and false allegations. The best way to do that, guys, is to ignore that stuff. Okay, because in his situation, man, I know he's going through a whole lot, man. I'm not going to kick him when he's down. And it's a no-win situation for me. I got everything to lose fighting with, he's a disabled American, man. This guy's crippled, basically. What would I get fighting him? I mean, let him say what he wants to say, man. Remember, I'm a free man. I know who I am. My life and my happiness and everything, it's not contingent on what you think about me or what anybody thinks about me, guys. Try it. I wasn't able to do that at home, but I was able to do that here in the Philippines, man. Thanks, come on. But at Super Chase, at Cal, of man's mother has a saying, and it's true. Seldom visits make for better bedfellows. Absolutely. Here's what I want to tell you. When I was with this young girl, we remained friends for the rest of our life. She eventually died. Oh, young. She was young. She died in 1999, so that would have made her 34 years old, 34 years young when she died. But we stayed friends the rest of our lives, man. We didn't get on each other's nerves. Hey, Elliot, thanks for joining us again. Says, hey, Cal, I'm locked in, But yeah, let's get back to what Kurt Van Tassel was saying. He says, it's not a gun problem, it's a human problem. But as long as we keep pointing fingers at everybody else, it's their fault. Oh, if some guy says, oh, just stay out of liberal Democrat controlled cities and states, you're going to be okay. As if America is separated. As if, then they'll go to Chicago, as if Chicago is in outer space. Now realize Chicago is a part of America, man. And they say, oh, well, if you just get honest about who's doing the killings, yeah, Americans are doing the killings, guys. If we don't do nothing, nothing's going to get done. We can sit there pointing fingers. We become a nation of fools, man. Jacob Tanjay says, keep doing you, brother. No weapon formed against you will prosper. Absolutely. See, the bottom line was, everybody who watches my channel will tell you, man, I'm not going to discredit anybody. I don't know why he went off on me, and I don't care. You have to ask him why. I don't know why. But I've got to take the high road on this one, man. There's no reason for me as an American black man, 8,000 miles away, to be fighting with another American black man 8,000 miles away. We've got more in common than we do differences. I'm gonna concentrate on what we have in common. This man is struggling, man. He's in bad shape, and I'm not gonna kick him when he's down. What's up, Sean James? Just big dog. Yeah, and I love Sean said, and she wouldn't have to listen to my snoring that way. But who says that we have to live together? Who says that? Do we get to a point where we don't trust each other enough that you have to live with me? I get it, man. You want your pussy close by. And the woman wants that bank account close by. But you don't have to live with somebody 24 hours a day. It's going to burn out, man, especially over here. What happens is you shoot out like a rocket, man, real fast, and then it burns out. But they get mad at me when I say stuff like that. But it's just the truth. W Secrets to Success. Thank you for the super chase. And my brother Cal taking the high road on the David Campbell's bullshit. Good job. Yeah, I can't win with that, man. I don't know what his problem is. You have to talk to him. He says, all the gun control in the world ain't going to stop all the bullshit going on. Yeah, I'm just saying, when I was in the Navy in boot camp, right, when we did and y'all remember this if you ever, I went to Great Lakes. Okay, we had our gun training. It was actually a 22, but it was in a 9mm jacket. And we're doing, we're shooting. We're learning to shoot. And before we learn to shoot, they give you this talk. Well, the guy takes the gun, he puts it on the table, he goes around, he asks everybody, he says, name me a weapon that kills. And of course, everybody's giving their answers, right? And he said, you're all wrong. He said, no weapon will kill until a human being picks it up and uses it. He said, if I take this gun, I put it on the table, it's never going to kill anybody. But we're focusing on guns instead of focusing on human beings. Humans are the problem, man. It's not guns. Hell, we need guns over there. Y'all see these crazy ass people out there over there, man. You look at all the guns in the Philippines. I seen a good article on a good video on YouTube. They said the Philippines has just mean guns America, but you don't see these mass shootings, man. It's the human being, guys. I promise you. AC says humans that want to harm others will find a way, whether it be knife, machete, screwdriver, ice pick, or whatever. Yeah, that's a fact, man. And now that we're on that, remember I was talking about the guy who killed the old daughter of his girlfriend and killed the mother. Well, this cocksucker, he killed his own 7-year-old son too in that house. He killed 3 people, and then the police killed him. And I'm thinking, ain't no gun did that. His crazy ass did that. See, because if he wouldn't have had a gun, he probably would have lit the damn house on fire and locked the damn doors. He was going to find a way to kill those people. Hey, Tall Barbie said, good morning, Cal and the whole crew. Really glad I was able to catch today's live stream. We're on fire here and no one sees the smoke. Getting crazy about the day. Yeah, that is a fact, man. I'm talking about, look, Louisville, Kentucky, at one time, man, was one of the great places to retire. Now it's like, it's so dangerous there. I can't believe it. Look it up over there. The numbers don't lie. Every year for the last several years, they've had a record number of murders. I mean, and now here comes the mass shootings, and then it's going to be another mass shooting. So stop. Because we're addressing the wrong things. We're addressing these guns when we should be addressing the human beings, guys. I mean, Louisville, Kentucky used to be like San Carlos City, man. It did. I'm just sorry. I don't know what's going on. This is stupid. Yeah, guys. Okay, there you go. But I'm on my what's your name right now. There you go. Yeah, I don't have a brownout. Um, I think it's this stupid computer that I've got that's causing me the problems. But let me get back to, let me go on back down here because I saw where my buddy gave me a super chat. Okay, here I am. There we go, guys. Wait, here we go. This is so stupid. There. Okay. Sorry, I don't know what happened, man. Stupid thing. It's not the it's not the Wi-Fi, guys. It's this stupid. I just had it fixed, but I guess it didn't. There it is. Hey, Freddie Sanders, thanks for that super chat. Said checking in, Cal. Speak your truth. Yeah, he said unless your dog stepped on the gun. Yeah, see, Sean James is true. He said Americans are stressed. We are, and see, stress is a crack in the foundation, man. Eventually, the whole structure is going to crumble. But yeah, we can't keep blaming it on guns. We got to look at the people. We blaming it on mental illness instead of addressing the mental illness. Now, KJ said, I learned that lesson when I was a child. It's a true lesson. Put that gun, any gun on the table, and it's not going to bother anybody. Till a human being picks it up. There you go, Mike Dawson. Bill, you said that you couldn't comment. Mike Dorseyfield said, but I don't think David Campbell is all up there. He's ridiculous. Yeah, we're not going to pick on him, guys. I'm just saying, like 3 people said, I didn't know. They sent it to me and said, hey, this guy's talking your name down. I'm like, well, why? It's been, I promise you, man, I spend zero time concerned about his life, man, or anything. I don't even watch the channel or anything. So I don't know why he was on my case, but you got to ask him. Vince Lawson said missing each other is a forgotten aspect of relationship. Yeah, sex can only take the relationship so far. And the relationship will be better if you're missing somebody. See, Vince, man, you hit that on the nose today, guys. Sean James said Louisville is the home of Muhammad Ali, the greatest. Yeah, I went to the same school with that Muhammad Ali went to, Central High School. I met him when I was a junior in high school, and because I had the same English class as John Y. Brown III. His father was John Y. Brown Jr., who eventually ran for and was elected governor of Kentucky. Well, during his campaign, he stopped at Central High because his son was there, and I met Muhammad Ali. But John Y. Brown Jr., he's the one that took KFC worldwide. It's the computer, guys. It's not the Wi-Fi. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my data. I just use my data. Yeah, it's not the Wi-Fi today. Be. As a matter of fact. Yeah, but you know what you're talking about for man's way too long, man. I'm talking about you can have a place right down the street from your woman. You don't have to live in there, man. We're not talking about a long distance relationship. We're just talking about living in the same city, okay, in a different apartment. That way, if she comes up with that old Tampo stuff that they try or whatever it is, okay, you can just go home. You don't have to sit around and deal with it or whatever it is, okay? This is what y'all don't realize. We're not talking about a long distance relationship, man. That's crazy. Anybody in a long distance relationship right now, just go ahead and shoot yourself. Believe it or not. I don't know who this is. He said the computer has Tampo. Nah, so I just went on and switched to my data, guys. But yeah, wise man a change and a fool will stay the same. We're steadily, man, in a constant stage of growth as human beings. You're not even the same person you was 5 minutes ago. Certainly not the person you was 24 hours ago, because now your brain is seeing something totally different now. We're getting more information, more new information than we had yesterday. So we're steadily growing. We're steadily having awakenings. The fool is the one who thinks, oh, I know it all. You can't tell me nothing. I'm unteachable. If everybody and everything around me gets better, then I'm going to be better. So he's the one that says, oh man, you're the wrong guy to be giving that advice. Well, really, I'm not. Really, I'm the perfect guy to give that advice. No, not the government. It's a stupid computer. I just had it fixed. But I want to bring up something else because they kind of shocked me. It's in the news too, where the two teenagers down in Florida, 112, 117, they're charged with murder, triple murder, 12 years old. The other one's 17, and they're looking for a 16-year-old. They killed 3 teenagers, and they caught 2 of them. W Secret Success, thanks for that super chat. He says, Cal, you still look and sound stressed out from yesterday. Go ride your bike after the live stream and get that off you. Remember, 3 things can kill you: stress, food, and women. Well, no, I'm not stressed. I'm happy as I've ever been over here, man. It's just the way I come off. TJ Johnson said, damn, Maryland really going to sleep you over this awakening you're having. You're going to need a lot more live streams to sell this idea to the CEO of the bank. Well, it's just something that I've come to the conclusion. I've talked about this a long time ago. I mean, you don't have to live with somebody to have a relationship. Where'd that come from? Nobody's answering that question. Where'd they come from? He said the topic is so controversial, it's getting shut down. I think we as mature human beings can have a discussion like this. But at home, the problem is we keep pointing fingers. It's the black people's fault. It's the white man's fault. It's the conservatives, transgenders, the racists. If we just get rid of the bigots, everything's going to be all right. when we're all in it together over there. It's one big mix. If you pull that one string, it's all going to come loose because white people are transgenders. Transgenders are bigots. You got black people, who are politicians, man. They're conservatives. He says, right, or have her living with her parents. But I'm just saying, you don't have to live with a person. I'm saying because you live with some person doesn't make you wrong. I'm just saying, isn't a relationship supposed to be built on trust? Think back on your relationships and when you didn't live with the woman or the man. Wasn't there some level of freedom? You didn't have to ask anybody's permission to do anything. You didn't have to worry about making somebody angry with what you do or what you don't do. I don't like when people smack their food. It bothers me when people smack their food, and different things. I snore. So I know that people don't like that. But it seems like I struck a nerve with that because we're all conditioned to move in with your woman. You want her close by. Yeah, she wants you close by because you don't trust each other. No, we don't try. Let me get rid of this Tito Pookie. Guys, y'all sleeping today. This guy's a troll, man. He's a troll. We don't hate nobody. We hate you. And get over here. I got rid of him. Yeah, Jacob Johnson said, your stuff's always in the same place too. But what happens when you break up, man? You don't have to worry about, somebody throwing your stuff out on the street. And you don't have to worry about coming back and she's holding your stuff hostage of yours. And well, what about the debts and all of that stuff? You're only responsible for what you're responsible for. You got two different perspectives living in the same house, man. It's tough to do. It's tough to do. That's why you see a lot of more people doing it. MK Painting said marriage license is getting permission from Pimp Daddy government. Yeah, it's crazy that we have to get permission. And we talked about this before. When I made the video when we were in Bantayan Island, I said 7 reasons why I'll never get married again. You see how cheap it is to get married. I promise you, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I believe my marriage license in Kentucky was either $5 or $10. It wasn't much more than that. Now, it could have went up by now. To get married, it's only going to cost you like $5 or $10. But to get divorced, it could cost you everything. Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying, DJ Jarvis. This is what I'm saying. This is my pushback to him. He says, DJ Jarvis says, how can a man that's never been through a thing give advice about it? Okay. This is what I was telling him. He says, I'm the wrong person to be giving that advice. First of all, it's not an advice. It's just a statement that I made. Okay. Because I've been through it. Not only that, I'm living it. It's like my best relationships, when I think back on them, the ones that lasted the longest, really, that ended well, and relationships can end well. We didn't live together. We didn't live together, man. She had her own life. I had mine. But that's what I told him. I said, I'm just the perfect man to give that advice. Sun Moon said, my last 10-year relationship I had in the USA, me and my girlfriend had separate houses 5 miles apart. That's right. What's wrong with that? Come on, man. Y'all guys are crazy. W Secrets of Success philosophy, Jordan Roots, close your mouth and stop all that smacking at the table. Yeah, that drives me crazy. He said, what if they have kids together? Well, you can't take care of your child living somewhere else? We do it all the time. Matrix says, how many roosters do you have now, and where can I buy a small donkey? I don't have any roosters. They're across the field from me. It's a bunch of them over there. Because remember, guys, roosters are king over here. They're going to get rid of you before they get rid of roosters. It's a multi-billion peso business over here. It's an industry. It's not going anywhere. Big Diesel says, how many of you guys really going to tell your Filipinos to live in a separate home? Well, you don't have to do that. You don't have to start it, Big Diesel. That's the problem. You never have to get it started. And it's not just in the Philippines, it's at home. Live. I'm just saying, I just threw that out there, and you guys are going crazy over that. It could be, if Phil Stevens says, I think most guys living here would agree you have a point about living separately. It could be a relationship saver. It is going to be a relationship saver, not just here, but anywhere. Okay? Listen, Vince just said it. The whole missing someone has been taken out of relationships. You don't miss them anymore. I'm not talking about a long distance relationship. You're a damn fool to have a long distance relationship. I'm just talking about you could live in the same neighborhood. When things get hot, you just go home instead of staying around marinating in it, and both of you, walking past each other like you don't see each other and all of that stuff. Just try it. Because I'm going to tell you something. When you get over here, you're going to see how heavy these women are. They're little, but they're heavy. They're heavy, man. It's a heavy load to carry. And then you argue with me. Then you push back with me. Will Sutton says, so many news stories were missing, most of them. On the news here locally, Winston-Salem, North Carolina, a mother allegedly shot her 3 children, 9, 12, 14, then herself. Yeah, because, see, remember, the news only wants to shock and awe you. That's their business. So they're going to take the biggest stories. We don't get but a tiny bit of the stories, really. And see, this thing that happened in Louisville, as bad as it is, they're going to beat you over the head with it for the next 2 weeks until it happens somewhere else, and then they'll move on to that. They're going to beat you over the head with it. Now, I saw a video today, what we know about the shooter. Damn it, you should have been worrying about him before he did it, not after. Bury his ass. I already did, Dana. I said, Calvin, make sure your viewers know that you are giving your opinion, not instructions. Absolutely. I say that so much, but remember, Dana, when you get a platform where I'm coming up on 50,000 subscribers, thousands of people watching me, you're going to get pushback. There's going to be people who, no matter what you say, they're not going to like you. They're never going to agree with you. They're always going to misinterpret you. So I'm a free man. I'm not going to keep repeating myself over and over. We're grown men on here. 92% of us on this channel are men, 45 and over. I'm not giving instructions. Okay? I make statements, and when I do, I'm talking about my life. Every video I make, I'm talking about my life. If you notice, when I talked about monk mode yesterday, I said I haven't been able to practice monk mode over here. Mike Dorsonville said, to be honest with you, I need my woman next to me. It feels a whole lot better. I might need it in the middle of the night. See, I know you being honest, and that's what we want. This is men. We want the pussy close by. We want to control that sex box. She wants the money close by. Okay, but it's all about trust. I'll tell you what, you may want it in the middle of the night, but guess what? If you don't get it, it's going to be a whole lot better when you see her, Mike. Try that. I bet it won't get as old either. You won't get as tired of it when you just can't reach out and touch it. you know, hey, I love LaChan. He says, but I'm glad you're being honest, brother, because a lot of people, they don't get honest. He said, roosters are first-class citizens in the Philippines. Americans are second class. Yeah, I tell you what, the roosters aren't going anywhere. No, See, this is what you guys are wrong about. Stop looking into, stop seeing things into what I'm saying. I'm not saying that. Yeah, I'm correcting you because you're wrong. He said, Cal, correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like you're making a case for leaving the house you built, brother. Let me tell you something, Kenny Ray, and the rest of you guys. I'm a free man today. And a lot of you guys, you're not free. You don't understand what it's like to be free, to be able to say anything, do anything, go anywhere you want, okay, without worrying about what other people are going to do. I'm just speaking my mind, because guess what? If I wanted to leave, buddy, I would leave. There is no making no point. Grown men don't make a point. We don't do that. We just pack our stuff and leave. Try that sometime. Try being a grown man. Well, I look like I'm not a teenager. Oh, you making a case about leaving. Come on, man. You've been following this channel long enough to know I'm a free man over here. I'm not talking around nothing. Okay? I'm going to say what's on my mind. I'm not going to hold it in, worrying about what people think. What are they going to say? Making a case. Dude, I don't make no cases. If it's God's will and the creek don't rise, May the 28th, I'll be 60 years old. I'm too old to be making cases. I'm going to say what I'm going to say, and then that's it. Retired 2019 said, Cal has a point, and he says, Calvin, most men are very needy. Obviously, man, because we can't live on our own. Our mothers raised us. We think we need a woman to do everything for us. Because I'm going to tell you something, man. Ask your woman right now what her role in the relationship is. And she's always going to give you the wrong answer. Ask her right now, what is your role in this relationship? She's always going to give you the wrong answer, because here's what she's going to say. Oh, to take care of you. No, I can take care of myself. I don't need you to take care of me. See? But yeah, you're right. Men are needy. We can't live on our own. We need the woman, but then we'll complain because women are control freaks, and we all know it. She's going to run the house. So ain't no sense in you getting mad then if you decide, hey, I'm going to cohabitate with somebody, and then she wants to control everything. Don't get mad, because they're control freaks. They know they're going to control that place. They're going to pick out the living room set and all of that stuff. They're going to do all of that. All you're going to do is pay for it. Well, not really. I mean, not really. You can't spend money, DJ Jarvis, if you're dead. Stress is going to destroy the structure anyway. Okay? And then when you break up, what about all that you put into the house and the relationship and everything? You think she's just going to let you just walk out with that stuff? It's going to be more expensive. TJ Johnson, Maryland watching the super chat. Be cool, bro. See, I'm not henpecked, TJ. You younger guys, man, y'all too henpecked. There's nothing that I'm the man of my house. It's that I don't take advantage of anybody, but I'm the man of my house. Moments with Mitch said, living separate until getting married sounds good to me. See, because you got common sense. There's no way that I'm supposed to be responsible for all the things I'm responsible for, and we're not married. That doesn't make sense to me anymore. I've had an awakening, guys. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just saying that maybe what I'm saying can help somebody else who's right there right now. They're saying, Hey, should I move in when I get over there? I say don't do it, man. I say don't do it because these women are heavy, man. They're little, but they're heavy. Try walking around all day with a woman on your back, man, and you're going to see what I'm talking about. Just try it. Well, see, you're not married, Big Diesel. Now we're talking about something totally different. If you want to go and marry, you know what do they say? Shit, I get off the pot. Shit, I get off the pot. Okay, go on and marry her then, and then you be a family oriented. But cohabitation, man, is going to kill your relationship before it even gets started. That's right, Reggie Coleman. And I'm a grown damn man. If I'm not grown by now, I'm never going to be grown. He said, my opinion, grown men do what they want to do, when they want to do it, and how they want to do it, and who they want to do it to. There's consequences you may have to suffer, but hell, I'm not going to sit around making a case about nothing, man. You guys need to grow up, man. Hey, Glenn, what's up? He said, hey, Cal, it's Glenn here watching from Australia. Have a great day. Cheers. Throwing Sparks said, retired 2019, you must be strong enough to stand on your own first. Then what Calvin is saying is true. Yeah, that's right. But hell, if you're not strong enough, the average age of an American expat over here in the Philippines is 61 years old. If you're unable to stand on your own by the time you're 61 years old, then I can't help you, man. You need help. If you're not standing on your own by then, I mean, wow, come on, guys. I love the challenge says you're one of the freest men I know, Cal. No hamster wheel or forced commitment. It's all about being free, man. If you can't be free, what's the whole point? What's the whole point? That's my whole point of being here. It's not a woman. I'm freer here than I've ever been. Nobody bothers me. As long as I respect the people, the culture, nobody bothers me. I can go wherever I want to go. You understand? The police aren't harassing me. When I go in the store, they're not following me around. If they do, it's simply to help me. Mopar says, you're right on point. Boys do what they can, but men do what they want. And we're not talking about taking advantage of anybody, guys. So what I'm saying? I'm just saying that why would you want to jump out of the frying pan into the fire? You're leaving a situation over there where it didn't work, obviously. Just look at what you did, or you was cohabitating, you know, and then look at all the things that went wrong. So why would you come over here and put the same damn jacket on? I don't understand it. It's not going to fit as well over here either because of the cultural differences and all of that. It's not. Try living by yourself sometime. Because the problem is you're going to like it. Try it. You might like it. TJ Johnson says, oh, snap, May 28th, I'm in Cebu because Mika's birthday is the 25th. We should go do something. Yeah. If I haven't taken your advice and off myself because I'm in an LDR. Yeah. Those LDRs are painful, man. I like for somebody to come on here and really tell me what it's like to be in an LDR. I mean, really just be gut level honest and tell you what it's like to be in an LDR, man. He said, preach it, brother. We rub you wrong time. Ron Vigil says, I'm going to retire at the end of the year. 100,000 will be enough in starting a business with my Pinay in the Philippines. Well, that 100,000 ain't going to be enough. You know, unless you just a money managing fool. I mean, just the best money manager in the world. What kind of business you going to start over here? Retired 2019 says, I've been living on my own for 11 years. Women are attracted to a man that takes care of himself. But yeah, this is the Sunshine Shoulders Challenge. I don't care if you're over here, wherever you are. Ask your woman that you're with, what's your role in the relationship? Her answer's always going to be wrong. It should be to do whatever she does best. See, that's what I want. I want a woman that's going to do whatever you do best. If cooking is the best thing you do, if working is the best thing you do, then bring that. Okay? Whatever it is that you do best. But taking care of me is the wrong answer, because I can take care of myself. That's the wrong answer, guys. Andrew K says, when my girl says that BS, I always say it is amazing that I was able to stay alive until I met you. Yeah, I should say I will keep living when you're gone. And it's the same way with the woman over here, guys. She can live without you. She's been living without you her whole life. But all of a sudden now that you meet, oh, I can't live. She can't live without me. I can't live without her. And it's not true, man. You're going to be better off, dude. Rick 32 K says, I'm the man of my house, famous last words. Well, not for me. Yeah, your freedom is priceless. But if you're a man who's been locked up, he's been imprisoned in his own mind his whole life, when you see a free man, it seems weird. You can't relate to a free man. You say, this guy's crazy. Look what he's talking about. Look what he's doing. You could never get away with that, you're saying. But it's not true, man. Mike Dorsonville says, the Louisville shooter was on Facebook Live. I saw it. Then Facebook took it down. That's crazy. Yeah, but see, that's what I was talking with Merlin about, how this social media, this guy was only, 25 or something like that. These millennials and whatever he's Generation Z or whatever it is, they've just taken it to a whole other level. Why would you even want to live stream that, dude? I mean, let alone pick up an AR-15 and gun people down, innocent people. But we're going to say it's guns. Y'all sound like a bunch of fools, man. We become a nation of fools over there. It's the people. Something's going on over there in that society that needs to be fixed. You know, it's just the same with, okay, in AA, they teach you that the bottle is only a symptom of what's wrong with you. It's not the alcohol, it's you. You know, I can sit here with a whole garbage can full of crack cocaine and won't touch it. Okay, but the minute I touch it, the minute I pick it up and put it on the pipe and hit it, that's when the problems start. But that crack cocaine is not going to do anything sitting there in that damn garbage can. Same with the alcohol. It's not the problem. It's a symptom of the problem. The guns are a symptom of a bigger problem, people. But who am I to say? I've only grew up there my whole entire life. I've seen the change. I've seen the change, man. It has nothing to do with guns. Hey, Jeeves Wednesday says, hey, Cal, hope you're well. Thanks for your last post. Glad you got out alive. Sometimes we got to follow our instincts, man, or whatever it is that little man inside. If we listen to him more often, our lives will probably be a whole lot better. You know, they teach us, they dumb us down because they teach us that we only have 5 senses. No, that's Napoleon Hill said we at least have 9 senses. And that we probably got more than that. How many people that hit the lottery, man, they say, man, you know, something told me to just buy the ticket today or whatever it is. I go there and buy a ticket. I went there to do something totally different, but something came over me that said, hey, go ahead and buy that ticket today. And they end up winning or whatever, you know, just imagine the lady who was on her way to work at 9/11 and said, no, I think I'm going to call in sick today. Well, what was it that made her call in sick that day? Go look at it if you don't believe me. This lady was on her way to work, fully dressed and everything, getting ready to walk out the door, and said, "Nah, I ain't going to work. I ain't going to work today. I'm going to call in." A.C. King said, God gave every person free will and a man of your own. Well, let's stop right there. Well, it's not free will if I don't do everything that this God says to do, or if I don't do everything that God says to do, then I'm going to burn forever. That's not free will. It's like having a gun to my head and saying, look, if you do everything right, then you're going to inherit this kingdom or whatever, but you don't, then you're going to suffer this horrific burning for the rest of your life. And knowing that the human life, our existence on the planet, it's like that. It's not even a whiff of smoke, really. See, we're smart enough, man, now that we can talk about this stuff. Okay, we're not little kids anymore. They can tell you all of the man up there with a beard and all that guy. We have to learn, man, to start thinking for ourselves. That's not free will by any definition, AC, and you know you're okay with me. He said you either use it to your own advantage or have somebody use it against you to their advantage. But it's not free will. If I don't follow this Bible, which Bible am I supposed to follow? There's so many of them and so many interpretations. Which interpretation am I supposed to follow? And all of that. Then I'm going to burn for eternity now, when I'm only just a boom in the existence of the earth. It's just I'm not even here long enough to deserve something like that type of punishment. Okay, who's this? Oh, Quintessential One, thanks for that super chat. He says, it's predictive programming through the video games on the immature minds of children playing shooter games. Yeah, because if you look at, okay, they show the what do you call it, the vet, you know, the what do you call it, the police, the cam. You used to see the guy walk around, he looks like he's in a video game. He looks just like the guys who walk around those games with the gun, way he's standing, the glasses, the whole 9 yards. Robert Dame said the angels don't have free will. Well, you may have something here, but I'm going to tell you that the Philippines can change you. See, Big Diesel said, Cal, if the guys are Simpson beta males back at home, they're going to be the same person over there. Well, yes and no. You're going to have a freedom over here, and freedom does something to people. It just does. It changes you. You take more risk. What if people expected more from you than they do back at home? I mean, it's a lot that goes into that, but remember, there's no such thing as a beta male or alpha male. According to psychologists, we're all a mixture of all of those. Sometimes you exhibit alpha male traits, sometimes beta male traits. But there's, and then what's the other one? Sigma male or something? But at any given time, you exhibit any of those traits. Ron Vigil says, I'm taking a chance. It's only 6,000. Make it or lose it. Hopefully goes well. Well, do you have a good business plan, Ron? That's all I'm saying. Does she have experience running a business? What kind of business is it? Remember, you're coming from a dollar economy to a peso economy. Do you realize what that means? That means that you may only earn $100 in a whole week. Can you deal with that? Do you have that kind of patience? Yeah, he said, then why is it only America? Absolutely. Because there's something going on over there, TJ. But we won't look at it. A wise man to change, a fool to stay the same. Wise men can see the error of their ways. They can admit when they're wrong and they correct it. A fool is always pointing fingers. He sees the error of your ways. Oh, it's the white man's fault. It's the black man's fault. Get rid of the gangs, the politicians, the transgenders. Get rid of all that. Not realizing it's all a mix, guys. We're all in it together. White men, whites are transgenders. Transgenders are in gangs. Okay? It's all connected, man. TJ347 says, we live in a time where many men, even grown men, express their emotions like females. Well, maybe because we're connected some kind of way. Maybe we're not that much different. Yeah, he's telling the truth here. You know, you're not going to have the same. You're not going to be carrying around the same weight, Big Diesel, over here than what you're carrying over there. Trust me, man. You know, the Philippines can change you. It's changed me. I've been outside that matrix going on 5 years, man. I can see in it now. I'm on the outside looking in. And it looks a whole lot crazier than when I was over there. It looks a whole lot crazier. Imagine the police kicked in my door in 2004 by mistake. Not the police, SWAT team, DEA, then the police. Never apologized. Never once said, oh, we're sorry. You know what the Robert White, who was the sorry ass police chief at the time, he said, it's unfortunate that you had that type of interaction with the Louisville police and then on. He never said, oh, we're sorry. You know, they never even gave us money to fix the damn door that they kicked down. They're so in a hurry to bust these guys, these drug dealers, that they wrote down the wrong address on the search warrant. Matrix LLC said, Cal, did the fat guy who claimed she will be staying at your house ever showed up? I don't know who you're talking about. Yeah, but see, he's not correct. Well, I guess he is correct in his own mind. You know, he has the right to say that. But there's no such thing as an alpha male and a beta male and sigma males and all that. We're a combination, if anything. All I'm saying, though, is I don't even know how that even ties into the short that I made. All I'm saying is cohabitation. Why are we having this big argument about something I said so simple that cohabitation is killing relationships? I just said, hey, we essentially live separate lives anyway. Why not have separate arrangements if you really want to hold on to your relationship? When I was 16, my first girlfriend, my first true love, we didn't live together. Every time I saw her, it was an event, man. Every moment together we cherished because we didn't know when we was going to see each other again. It wasn't a long distance relationship. We only lived several blocks away. It was fresh. It was new. We didn't live with each other 24/7, bickering at each other, you know, nitpicking one another. You know, I'm snoring, making her night bad. She's smacking her food, making my supper bad. I'm just saying, try it. Oh, so you're gonna have Restaurant business. Have you ever been here before? I'm just saying. Do you know how many restaurants it is here? I mean, really. The Philippines probably has more restaurants per square foot than any place I've ever been in Southeast Asia. It's a lot of competition over here. He said, Cal, you got children. Do you do background check? No, but see, I'm all the way up to phase 4 over here now. If any of them clowns want to come over here and even look at any of my kids, they'll get it. That's my background check. There's no background checks I can do. But I do got phase 1, 2, 3, and 4. And again, I don't even speak that into the universe. And I don't attract people like that. Okay, I do believe in vibration. The people like that aren't gonna come around me. Okay, they're just not gonna do it. I'm sorry. And if they do, then they're gonna pay a price for it. There's no background checks, man, on these people over here. Why would you want to come 8,000 miles to do something stupid like that? I don't understand it. Gil Bellamy says, what books would you recommend? Well, me, I read either biographies, autobiographies, or I like the self-help genre. Okay. But certainly Think and Grow Rich, if you've never read that before. It just takes your level of thinking. It makes you look at things differently. Okay, here's TJ347. Thanks for that super sticker. Thanks for that super sticker. He said, yeah, phase 4. Yeah, I got phase 4. If he want to get some liquid fire poured in his face, then let him. That's phase 4. Phase 1 is this damn hammer I got in there. Curly's phase 2. I'm not going to tell you what phase 3 is, but phase 4 is the liquid fire. Yeah, phase 4 is my level of security, Jeeves Winston, in my compound over here. Phase 4 is liquid fire. If you want to go home looking like the Stretch from the Fantastic Four, then let him come over here and try to do anything to my kids. He said, they know you. That's right. They don't, man, look, I don't attract those type of guys. And if they do, they're gonna hide it until they leave and go somewhere else. Yeah, that is funny, right? Background checks. In the Philippines, I mean, why am I gonna do the background check? Yeah. Dana Middleton, and see, Dana, you're bringing up a great point here. One that I have with guys all the time. The problem, Dana, and you're right on the money. You could never be more right than this. He says that Ron Vigil, I would advise you to do a lot more research before you put your money in to open up a restaurant in the Philippines, right? Now, that's common sense, but he's not going to listen to you. He's going to listen to that woman. He's not going to listen to you. And this is what I tell guys all the time. You know, they say, oh, Cal, you said this and said that. I said, it don't matter what I say. You're not going to do what I suggest you do anyway. So what difference does it make? That's the problem that I was talking about on my last live stream. Why we continue to make the same mistakes over and over again, because we simply won't listen to each other. We think, oh, you can't tell me nothing. I'm successful over here in Australia or England or America or whatever it is. You can't tell me anything. I know what to do. Not realizing you're walking into a whole different world over here. Things don't work the same way over here. You may need some help over here. But we keep making the same mistakes because we're not listening. Some guys are making the same mistakes. I mean, it's just detrimental to their financial health and their physical health. Yeah, they can't see you. Lee Smith 05 says, I'm dying to finally leave the Matrix for good. I don't blame you, man. The earth is our home, guys. You don't have to stay stuck wherever you are. If you don't like it here, go somewhere else. I would just keep searching until I found a place that fit whatever requirements that you have. But remember, wherever you go, there you are. You could be the problem. Make sure you're not the problem. But I would say all this nationalism that's risen up over the years, man, it's bullshit, man. We're all human. We belong to one race, the human race. And, you know, if you listen to, I was listening to Dave Chappelle. He was on, what's the Tonight Show? Who's the new guy? Well, he's not new, but, you know, and they were talking about Manhattan and why the Pilgrims were able to buy it for so cheap, because the Indians knew, well, not the Native Americans, in their thinking, you can't buy land, you can't sell land. It's just like trying to sell the clouds or the wind or something like that. So they were like, yeah, okay, give us $1 for it or something like that. They thought they were getting a good deal. You know, it's the same way around the world, man. They no more own the Philippines than I do, or America, or China, anything like that. We've been conditioned, man. We've been programmed, man. That's why. How the hell are you going to sell land when you don't own the earth? How you going to own a part of the land? Yeah, DEFCON 3. I mean, what does this guy want? I mean, what do you want? Your 15 minutes of fame? I don't get it. Yeah, food and his money is soon part, but it's not only money, man. Stress. We come over here and we become more stressed than we were at home. I see it. I see it, guys. Because we jump from the frying pan into the fire. You're supposed to be coming over here for a new freedom and a new happiness. Not the same bullshit you was getting over there. The minute we get off the plane, we strap a woman on our backs like a damn backpack. She's heavy as hell over here. You're not going to be able to do anything the way you should be able to do it with a woman on your back. Okay? Because when the dust settles and you see what she's doing and you see what you're doing, you're going to say, oh, that damn Calvin was right. I should have stayed by my damn self. Yeah, see, he's right. Restaurants and sorry stores are damn a dozen. And you better be offering something that nobody else is offering. Because just offering what's already out there, that's not going to be good enough. I've got a restaurant, I won't consider it new. I guess it's about a year old. Been here about as long as I've been in this house. Nobody goes in there. I don't know how they stay open. It was where the church used to be, right on Eco Highway. It's a restaurant in there now. And it's right across the street from two other restaurants, and it's right next door to another restaurant. And I'm like, and they all offering the same thing.
Daddy.
What?
The
scissors? Yeah, well, you can't use scissors. You're only 2 years old. And get out of here. She's right. Yeah, he says if you're not cohabitating with your woman, that would be a short distance relationship. Yeah. And that's the only way to fix a long distance relationship, Mike, is to make it short. It's to shorten that distance in between you two. Doesn't mean living with them. Ryan Vigil said, I went to the Philippines last year and I want to retire substantially and make make some pesos? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, Yo Joe. He's true when he says this. He says that's why when someone asks me where am I from, my answer is I'm a citizen of the world, and we are. He said living profitable. Yeah, well, probably living profitable is keeping that money in your bank account. It wouldn't be throwing it away out here. I know you want to. It sounds noble. You want to help her and everything like that. But I would want to see that business plan. I don't want that, oh, it sounds like a good idea stuff. Okay. Yeah, see, he says, absolutely, I agree. Wherever you go, there you are. It's true. It's all about, make sure you're not the problem. That's all I'm saying. DJ Jarvis said, just think about how long it took and difficult it was to save 100,000. Don't blow it, man. And see, that's not a lot of money over here. There's not a lot of money over here. There's a tremendous amount of money over here. And then we go back home or we're over here thinking like, I thought it's supposed to be more affordable to live in the Philippines than it is in America. How many times have I done that? The money that we spend over here, because we don't give ourselves a chance to get acclimated into the Philippines. We don't assimilate. We come right over here with our Western thinking, guys. It's going to take a long time for you to even get anywhere near the type of mindset you need to thrive over here. You can't bring your American thinking and Western thinking over here and thrive right away. You're going to be spending money like it's crazy. He says, oh, it's only $6,000. Man, that's a lot of money over here. It's about 310,000 pesos. You know how much money that is over here? It's a tremendous amount of money over here. Butcher said, so you wish you were single? No, hindsight being 2020, Butcher. This is what I'm saying. I'm saying, which I've already said, I'm pretty sure you've heard me say it before. People say, well, what's your regrets in the Philippines, Calvin? The only regret that I've ever had in being in this beautiful country is that I wasn't single long enough. I've never been single here. I've always been in a relationship. I've always had a woman on my back. That's why I know what I'm talking about. I'm using my boots on the ground experience to try to help other people. Okay? That's all I'm trying to do. Don't use it against me. Don't say, oh, you're making a case to leave. No, I'm not. I'm trying to help somebody else because you guys are coming over here now. You're coming over here in droves, but we're making the same mistakes. We're not listening to each other. My experience should mean something to you, man, but it's not. You're going to say, well, who are you? You can't tell me anything. I can, I can think for myself. And we make the same mistakes. We come over here, we get involved with a woman right away, too quick. Ron Vigil says new Mexican cuisine and Mexican seafood. There's a beautiful, I don't know where you're going to open that up. And it may work, but you have to understand you need a business plan. Who's going to buy that food? Is it going to be somewhere where foreigners are going to be buying it? Are you going to put it in a mall where people who more likely can afford that can buy it? Because you have to understand there's carinderias over here where the masses, who, by the way, 2/3 of people over here earn less than 100 pesos a day. So you have to do all of that, your demographics and all of that. Yeah, it sounds good. But who's going to buy that? Who can afford to buy that, Ryan? When what they're used to buying is probably like 30 pesos. You get rice, you get pancit or a couple of pieces of chicken and some water. That's what they're used to at lunch. They're not used to buying a taco for 150 pesos. That's all we're saying. We're saying be careful. When TJ Johnson said you can't use scissors, you're 2 years old. Fantastic argument. Yes, he came in here. Was Booby using those scissors? I thought so, because he come in here with a cardboard cut all in some crazy figures. Robert Dane says the universe is all connected. We come out of this world not into it. And that's a fact. You know, that's a fact, man. But we've got all these man-made divisions. Okay, it's everybody's fault. You know, a wise man will change, the fool will stay the same. Fools, we remain, you know, fools, they stay focused on other people's problems. They can easily point out what's wrong with you. They're not looking at themselves. See, the wise man says, yeah, you know, I made a mistake. I should have did this and I did that. Okay, I'm going to go back and do that. And his life gets better. But the fool does, he says, well, he's trying to, if everything around him changes, and everybody around him just gets better, his life's going to be better. That's why he's a fool, man. You know, people have awakenings, guys. Lee Smith says, I'm next. Okay, before you get over here, guys, it's just like the man back in the comments said. He says, I told my wife, his girlfriend, he says, I was living and taking care of myself before I met you. He said, and I'm going to live and take care of myself when you're gone. Same way with her. She's living and taking care of herself right now. You're not even over here. So why all of a sudden do you think you need to come over here and save somebody? You should quietly come over here, set up everything that you need to set up, get everything accomplished that you need to get accomplished first before you even think about putting a woman on your back, because she's going to ride your back. Robert says there are a new 5,000 peso Philippine note. There was at one time. It was a limited edition, though. I don't know if they've still got that, but if they do, and I was telling Merlin this, I would only buy it really and put it in a frame, because trying to spend a 5,000 peso note over here would be impossible. When you got 1,000 peso bill over here, they look at you like it's counterfeit. Don't nobody want to accept it unless you go to like a major grocery store or mall. Anybody else, they're going like, no, they want the exact amount of money over here. I've never seen anything like it before. If it's 123 pesos, that's what they want you to give them. You know, they don't want, if you hand them 200, they're going to say, do you got 23 pesos? No, I don't have 23 pesos. If I did, I would have gave you 123 or whatever it is. If it's 268 and you give them a 500, do you got 68 pesos? I've seen it, but not in person. I think I saw something like this before. I think I saw him, but I don't think he's in Thailand right now, right? He said, Cal, you got to check out Travel with Paul from Thailand and try to get him on your live stream. Don't bring your heart to Pattaya. He's hilarious and gives you the real nitty gritty. Yeah, I think he's back at home now. But yeah, I was looking at one of his videos. He says, can I live on $450 a month? I guess you can. Anything's possible. I don't know if you want to do it. He said maybe in Cambodia. Now there's a guy that was on one of my live streams. What was his name? Something Travels. He's over in Cambodia, and he said he's living good. He said he's got a 5-bedroom house. Ed Travels, I think his name. Hybrid 711 said, Cal, what's your favorite food dish in the Philippines? Honestly, man, her mother makes the best chicken adobo I've ever tasted. But it's a lot of foods that I love over here now. But you asked me my favorite food dish, it's her mother's chicken adobo. I could eat it every day. The sauce is just delicious, man. It's a sweet sauce, and she puts pineapples in it. And, they make it differently everywhere you go. If you go to Iloilo, they make it different. If you go to Zamboanga, they make it different. But the chicken adobo is delicious. I like something called humba. That's made with pork. Same thing, though. Sissy. It's just so much that the food I like. And that's why it kind of amazes me when people say, oh, the food's not good over here. What they really mean to say is there's not a lot of food selection like you would say in Thailand, where you would have real German food, Japanese, Chinese, American and all that. You got a lot more food choices in Thailand. But the food is good over here. If the food wasn't good, why would I still be living here? It's usually the person who's cooking it, number one. If you got the wrong person cooking your food, I don't care where you live, it's not going to be good. He says a high-class area. Well, see, that's where but see, the 6,000, see, if you say a high-class area, then 6,000 is not going to get you, $6,000 is not going to get you a restaurant in BGC or Makati. Okay? So, yeah, you got a lot to learn. Absolutely, Dana. He said, Calvin, these guys are entitled to make their mistakes. Yeah, but a lot of these mistakes can be avoided. That's the whole point of having a community. Okay? It's it's to learn. Some of these guys, they make the mistakes they never recover from. 3 million pesos is a lot of money. 12 million, 11 million, 20 million, Dana, is a lot of money. He said the problem is that those mistakes could be avoided if you would listen to the voice of experience or the voice of reason. It's real simple, okay? Do you think your cost of living is going to be more or less if you're single or living with somebody? This is what we never put this into our budget. When we say, oh, I'm going to live, they always ask me, oh, can I live off $1,500 a month? Well, it's hard for me to say. If you're single, you probably can. But you got this woman right here with you, you're not going to be able to do it because you got to take care of her. You can't she's not just going to sit there. And you don't have to feed her, you don't have to clothe her, you don't have to do everything for her because you do. It's not going to work. Winston Thomas says, hey, Cal, I'm in the LDR, but I see my girl quite often. We meet up every 3 months at least, or several times during the year, all over the place. But yeah, this LDR thing is too much work for real. It is, man. It is too much. Why won't we admit? Why do we have a problem admitting we made a mistake or we're wrong? I think that's one of the biggest problems men have. We just won't admit that we're wrong and that we made a mistake. So that way we don't want to accept any help, or the mistakes we make, we'll keep them to ourselves. We won't tell anybody. There you go. Have a nice day. He said if people would just live their own life and not worry about other groups of people, the U.S. would be a good place to live. But see, that's what I just said. See, we're blaming it on everybody. We're pointing fingers over there. Oh, it's the black people's fault. Oh, it's the white man's fault. Transgenders. It's the racists, the bigots, the liberal Democrats, the Republicans, the conservatives. It's always America. We're a melting pot. We're all in it together. They talk about Chicago as if it's out of space somewhere. Chicago's part of America. If one of us is hurting, we all hurting. If one city's bad, they're all bad. Shouldn't we be working to, instead of sitting back and say, look at Chicago, shouldn't we be trying to to help to come up with some type of solution? But we point too many fingers over there. Pumpkin Joe Philippine Experience, and he knows a little bit about opening businesses over here. I saw a video you did, Pumpkin Joe, about all the businesses that you started, and I think they all failed, according to you. He says opening a foreign good restaurant is risky here. Even in IT Park Cebu, with all the restos they have, most people go to the food bazaar there. Just as good and affordable to locals. And see, he hit it right there. It's all about affordability. When you're dealing with a population that 2/3 earn about 100 pesos or less. It's all about affordability. And Filipinos know how to make it affordable. Because they don't have a problem earning $100 profit for the whole day, selling all that food. They don't have a problem with it because they're helping their fellow man. So they'll sit there all night and twist up those little lumpia and sell them for 5 pesos each. They'll sit there all day and fry pieces of chicken and sell them for 15 pesos each. You're not going to do that, man. You're not going to do that. Wow, Robert Dame says, I got married the same day I got divorced. Hall of Fame, well, yeah, you'd have to prove that, Robert, and then I would put you into the Hall of Fame. Wow. He got married the same day. So what did you learn then? Did you learn anything? What did you think, Robert, that was going to be different this time? Otto Ordinary says, yeah, I remember being over there and they were tripping about the new $1,000 bill if it was even bent slightly. Yeah, but see, the people pushed back on that and they changed that. You couldn't fold it. You couldn't do anything to it. It had to be pristine in order to spend it. But the people over here, they pushed back and they changed that. But you're right. But what I'm talking about is a regular 1,000 peso bill. When you take it to the store or somewhere like that, people look at you like it's counterfeit. They don't want to deal with it. You have to go to a major store to cash that 1,000. Yeah, Ed Travels. Yeah, that's his name. Yeah, see, it's what TJ said. He's talking about the 5,000 and all them big bills that they got over here, the commemorative bills. He says, and even if you could spend it, in 99% of situations you run into in the Philippines, you couldn't spend it. And that's what I'm saying. It's almost like that with 1,000 peso bill. Just 1,000. You have the damnedest time. Don't try to buy nothing on the street, nothing at the market with that 1,000 peso, man. You know, yeah, pansy, yeah, is his favorite food. Yeah, see, I wouldn't, if you carry, he says, so it's best to carry a daily of 5,000 pesos in small bills. If you did, that money, that stack would be so big. You don't need 5,000 pesos a day in the Philippines. He said, and spread it in 4 pockets. You don't need that much. I mean, I don't know what you're doing to spend $5,000 a day over here. I mean, even in a place like Cebu, I mean, what could you possibly be spending $5,000 a day? He said, what happened to the child support talk? Well, we're going to do that again, but I was going to read something. Let me see if my computer will come back on now. Because if it does, I want to read something. It's real powerful. And the reason I even wanted to do this about the child support is because I read this. See, the UN has got something new, and these countries like the Philippines are working with the UN. And if your situation meets certain requirements, you could be court ordered to pay child support. One of them is the child has to be a citizen of your country, meaning if you're an American, you have to have done the CRBA, okay? And then the girl has to have a lawyer, has to hire a lawyer from your home country. And yeah, she can go after you for child support. But they don't have the type of court-ordered child support here that we do in America, where they take your passport and, you know, all of that. It's just more of a gentleman's agreement, like, okay, if we split up, you're responsible for half the care of the child, and so am I. But they're not going to come. I mean, when this child support thing first came out in America, they were throwing people in prison, man. In Kentucky, they had a separate wing for people who were behind on their child support. They sent you to prison. I don't know if anybody remembers that. Let me see if I'm gonna be able to go in here. If I'm able to go in here, I'm gonna read this, what I was gonna read. Okay. Can y'all hear me? Okay, let's see. Okay, yeah. All right, let me read this because I got it here. What are child support laws in the Philippines? Okay, and wait. Yeah, it says Guide to Child Support in Philippine Law. Okay, let me show you. It says, what can I do if my child has a foreign father living abroad? It says when an ex-partner is abroad or foreigner, it may be more complicated to get child support. It says, can a Philippine court enforce child support from a foreign father living abroad? It depends. A Philippine court may not have any power over whether a foreign father living abroad pays child support to a child in the Philippines. However, this is what I was going to read. The Philippines is now part of the Hague Agreement on Child Support, so the chances are better now than at any other time before. You will have to hire a lawyer, and you will need to spend some amount of money to start the case. In general, if your ex-partner is a foreigner and he currently lives abroad, the child support laws of his country and of the country where he currently lives come into play. Obtaining and enforcing a court order in such a case will most likely require you to engage a lawyer in the foreign country. Furthermore, your personal appearance abroad may be needed to file the petition. And then, the child has to be a citizen of the country. In other words, hold a passport for that country. And then there's a clear proof of paternity, maternity. See, but that's where it just about dies. Okay. First of all, she's not going to have the money to hire a lawyer in your country. That's a lot of money. She's going to have to spend some time in that jurisdiction in your country, which she doesn't going to have the visa. Okay, so that's the two biggest roadblocks. Okay, then of course you're going to, if you're any kind of man, if you have children over here, you got to do the CRBA, guys. It's only about $200. Okay. But that's just the beginning, man. More than likely, it's just going to be a gentleman agreement between you and the woman, because they're not going to be able to enforce that. The Philippines has no jurisdiction in America. Yeah, sure, it's yours now, Bella. Oh, yeah. You're right, Sway Houston. He said $100 a day is doable if you have a healthy appetite for liquor and lube jobs. Yeah, I mean, just regular living, guys. That's what I'm talking about. He says if you're in the military, the Philippines attorney can contact your superior officer and make you pay. But hell, how many of us are still in the military over here? Is what I'm saying. But yeah, this is the whole point. Okay, but now they're taking your, of course, your driver's license, your passport. They're doing everything. They're making it almost impossible. And then you're like, well, how am I supposed to get back and forth to work? You know, it's just really like they've taken this child support in America and they weaponized it, man. They've used it. It's used as a weapon now. They kick your behind. Yeah, but see, here's the thing, guys. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Here's the thing. He said, David Campbell spoke your name up on his recent live. Talking about you're not paying child support. He's a sad man. Well, we're not going to pick on him, but you got to understand something, guys. My own in America, okay? If I owed any child support, I couldn't have a passport. They would take my passport, guys. See, what guys like him and a lot of these haters do is they spend $5.99, $9.99, whatever, and they do one of these background checks on you. Okay, how do I know? When I first started out, I probably had about 600 subscribers. One of my subscribers, he did a background check on me. I was mad at first. He said, Cal, I'm doing you a favor. He said, because if your channel ever grows, he said, your haters are going to run this. And he sent it to me, and I read it, right? And to my amazement, it was like 7 Calvin Roaches in Louisville, Kentucky. You know, so what they do is they'll spend the information that they have, you know, because I don't have a middle name. I've never owed child support since I've been an adult. I had custody of my kids. When I first got divorced in 2011, you know, you go to a divorce court, and at the same time, they apply the child support when you're behind. So I was behind. But when I paid it, what happened was I eventually showed where I was paying my wife, because I'm not stupid. I got an insurance agency, and at that time I was booming. I had like 20 employees, and I was paying her. She was on my payroll. And so I took that to court and I showed them that. So they applied that. So altogether I owed like $14,000. So I lobbied the attorney general. I said, hey, I've got custody of my 2 youngest kids. Do I have to pay this $14,000 or whatever it was? And he said, well, Cal, he said, Mr. Roach, you're lucky. You're in Kentucky. You're one of the few states where we'll take a 25% lump sum payment to get rid of your child support arrears. And that's what I did. So I don't know where he's getting his information from, but that more likely that's it. But I don't owe child support, because if it did, I wouldn't be here, guys. They can cut out they don't care that I'm over here in the Philippines. They'll cut my damn passport off. You know, but I can't, if I spent all my time fighting false allegations and haters, I wouldn't have time to do live streams and put out content and help people, guys. I'm a free man over here. I stand on my own 2 feet. I don't give a damn what people say about me. Sammy Davis, he's one of my friends, a real friend. He lives up in Anglin City. He's at home now. He said, Calvin, you know, you spend too much time explaining yourself to these guys. You don't owe them no explanation. You don't have any friends on social media. And it rang true in my head. He's exactly right. he was talking about when I made that video about the dreamer. He said, don't you know, half those guys watching, they wouldn't hesitate to live in your house with your woman. And he's telling the truth, guys. So I don't give a damn what, David Campbell says about me. I'm not going to kick him when he's down, man. He's suffering right now. I'm not going to kick him when he's down, man. I got to take the high road dealing with him. I can't win. I look like fighting a crippled, disabled American veteran. How would I win? Okay, yeah, you whooped him, you beat him down, you talked down on him, but look who he is. I can't win in that situation, so I'm not even going to do it. Hybrid 711, thanks for that super chat. April's tax time, just paying, man. Hey, thanks, brother. Alex Jacobs said 20 employees. Damn, Cal, when you're doing 7 to 8 figures. Hey, I apologize, guys. I'm just going to have to it's something going on with this computer. I'm just going to have to keep on with my data. But yeah, he said, what was you making, 7 to 8 figures? No, the most I ever earned in any 1 year was $267,000. I earned that in 2010. 2009, I earned 209. Okay, but I was rolling. I was earning about $20,000 a month. And it was only then when I realized, wow, these tax laws are geared toward people earning 250 and up, or 200 and up, whatever it is, because that's a lot of money in America. When you are earning that kind of money, it's not a whole lot that you can't do. And see, by me being a 1099, see, that money was coming to me cash. I was paying my own taxes, taking them out. I had a CPA and all of that, man. That's a lot of money. You can't spend that kind of money. I was going anywhere I wanted to go, doing whatever I wanted to do. I lifted my family out of poverty, man. We were living in the projects when I started my insurance career. And reading those Napoleon Hill books, Dennis Kimbrough, Og Mandino, and all that, my wife used to get angry with me because she said, we can't afford those books. They don't work anyway, right? That was her favorite saying, those books don't work. And I had to agree with her. I said, yeah, you're right. They don't work if you don't apply what's the principles that's in them. But as our life started to improve, man, she started believing in them damn books, man. And when the UPS would come, she would run out to the truck and get the books for me. Because before she was like, Erica's UPS them damn books. But Yeah, man. He said, did Maryland unplug the power? Y'all funny. Now Maryland's getting ready to go to the gym. I think when her mother comes out. No, it's not. It's not a brownout, guys. We very seldom. If you're thinking about moving to San Carlos City, that's one thing you don't have to worry about. It's very few brownouts here. Maybe once every 4 or 5 months now. He said Cal didn't want to share how much. No, I earned a nice piece of change, man, and I'm living off a lot of the renewals now. You know, and that's why I can't worry about what people say. They don't know me for real. They think they know me because the one thing that I did hear him say was he knows more about me than I think he does. Now, you don't know a damn thing about me. You think you know about me. You don't know about me. That's just the bottom line, guys. So he said, if I was definitely get a vasectomy, it would eliminate a lot of the potential problems. Well, but it's going to cause some problems too, man. It just takes a while to get acclimated and assimilated into a whole new culture, but we try to do it overnight. And some of us never do it. We don't even consider it. We just stay over here with our Western thinking and our Western way of life, and we eventually crumble. It doesn't work. I was seeing one, one channel, him and his wife, hell, they lasted 14 months, and now they're back. And he was making a video why we left the Philippines, and I wasn't laughing at him. I was laughing to myself because I said, I see this all the time. I see it all the time. People think they can come over here and, I feel sorry for Filipinos. No, Filipinos should feel sorry for me. I mean, I live in a country, I come from a country where everything literally handed to you on a silver platter, really. You can go, you'll be driving in a car and they got big signs, we're hiring, $17 an hour, $20 an hour. They'll pay you the same day you work, and they do all kind of stuff for you, man. If you get fired from your job, they'll give you, or if you get laid off and certain things, you lose your job under certain conditions, they'll give you unemployment and all of that. He said, left on a cliffhanger. Hey, what's up, Beach Life? And then you come to a place like the Philippines where it's a struggle for a lot of people, and they just seem like they're more well adjusted to life than I am. So they really should feel sorry for me because I'm the one that comes over here all stressed out, and you wonder, why are we so stressed over there when it's so easy, man? It is so easy. Well, the Philippines says, let me get in on the live stream. Okay, in the Philippines, the last day of tax filing is April 17th. In America, it's April 18th, but I always have to get an extension because I'm waiting on my 1099 from Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield. They sent it to my old address over there. Hey, thanks, Michael Alexander. He said, for the super chat, he said, much love, my brother Cal. I love you back, man. I hope y'all had a good Easter over there. But with all this violence that's going on over there, I hope y'all been able to stay safe over there. Robert Dames says, more than happy to show you the proof when I get there. The marriage, same day as the divorce decree. Wow. I have nothing to hide and good reasons for what I do, no regrets. But what did you learn? There's very few people that do that. At least they give a little time between their marriages. I think, let's see, my marriage became final for my American wife September of 2011. I remarried my Filipino wife in July of 2014. So yeah, I at least had a little bit of time. Ati Zal says racism plus narcissism plus suppression is death. Well, we're too busy pointing fingers over there to get anything done. I'm going to quote my buddy Kurt Van Tassel. He's the first foreigner I ever met in the Philippines. I met him down in Managua City in northern Mindanao. He said, we can start by talking about it's not a gun problem, it's a human problem. I agree with him 100%. What's up, Elliot Mercado? He said, one love, Cal. I love you. Thanks for that super chat. I love you back, man. I've got some of the greatest viewers and subscribers on YouTube, man, and they show up at my house. I'm not lying, man. They show up at my house. One guy, I forgot who it was. I think it was Rag Jam Rock. He said, Calvin, he said, it's a great idea. You came up with that guest house. He said, I had to cut my Wi-Fi off. But anyway, Rag Jam Rock, he said, Cal, that was a great idea with that guest house. He said, that's going to be a tourist city. And I just sort of kind of, let it roll off me a little bit. But it's true. People come here like the regular guy that was here the other day, Scotty. I think he called himself Scotty Boy. He said, Cal, I came here. I had to see. He said, I was in Dumageddon, and I was supposed to have seen Mark from Every Man Has a Story. He said he avoided him or whatever. He said, well, hell, if I'm this close, I got to go see that guest house, No, I'm over here. There's something going on over here with my Wi-Fi. I don't know what it is. It's my computer, not my Wi-Fi. Shane Ross says, I just got started watching your videos. I really like your personality and keeping it real. Thank you. Well, I appreciate it. I'm glad you can appreciate it. There's another guy now. He's bashing this guy. I guess he's older. I guess he's been doing it for some time because one video I went down his comments. They said, welcome back. I think his name is Scott or something. And, he beats up on foreigners vlogging in the Philippines. And I'm like, does any other vloggers catch the hell that we do? But I'm glad, man, that you can appreciate what simple. What I'm seeing, what I'm living, what I'm experiencing. I call that the nitty gritty. So when you come over here, you don't get blindsided. All sugar and spice and everything nice over here. But I'm in no position as a guest in this country to come over here and cut it to shreds because he's talking about all these guys always building up the Philippines. I think that I have a responsibility, to make vlogs that are real, but at the same time respect the people and the culture over here. You can't come over here and as a guest and just rip them up one side and down the other. Every country has its problems. I know you're going to come over here. The only thing I really engage in when it comes to that is the women, because we actually are dealing with them. But everything else, man, I don't even waste my time, man. I was raised better than that. Do you think I would allow somebody else in here. Oh, look how dirty it is. Look at this. Look at that. I wouldn't do it, guys. And I don't think you should do it. Some things are better left unsaid. I'd rather let you see it on your own and make your own judgment. I'm not in no position to do that, though. And I wouldn't do it anyway. Yeah, regular guy, Scotty. Yeah, he got. What's this? Sophia?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's Sophia. Yeah, he's got a unique channel. If you're trying to start a channel over here, it's got to be unique, guys. You can't do. It's so many channels now doing the very same thing, and I can say that he has got a unique channel. He's kind of funny, really, to be honest with you. But yeah, that would be one piece of advice I would give anybody trying to start a YouTube over here would be just be yourself, man. You're going to get a lot more followers. People are going to relate to you. But if you're trying to be like everybody else, it's a lot of people from Houston, Texas that are on my live stream. What's going on over there in Houston, Texas? I remember, I always forget, is it Baytown or Bay City, Texas, where all those oil refineries and stuff are? Because I used to work for a company, and I was there for a few months, man, back in 2001 or 2002, I can't remember. I think it was 2002. And man, it's the first time in my life. Now remember, that would have made me, I was born in 1963. That would have made me 38 years old. It was the very first time, Baytown, okay. It was the very first time I ever seen a Mexican American. Now, I'm not talking about a Mexican because I live in Kentucky. You know, you see a lot of Mexicans right out, or, you know, they come over the border, they work on the farm, tobacco farms, the horse farms and stuff like that, right? I'm talking about Mexican Americans who, I guess like Oscar De La Hoya. I'd never seen one before. I never met Mexican Americans driving around in nice cars and wearing gold jewelry. The women were just, man, spectacular looking. Robert Dane said, John Wells had the right idea, rest in peace. Mike Alexander says, Dallas, Texas in the house. What are you talking about, Michael? You talking about paying his woman that he had on an allowance every month? But the thing is, he was still feeding her though, aside from that allowance. See? But that was a little bit better. I'm saying go all the way. I'm saying when you come over here to the Philippines, this is just a suggestion, guys. You don't have to do it. And you plan on staying here for any considerable period of time, like 6 months or something like that. Just try to live by yourself and see what a difference it's going to make. If it doesn't make a difference, then you can always, you know, she's always going to be there to move in with you, but try it. You're going to see, you're going to save a lot of money, man. You're going to save a lot of money because these women are heavy over here, man. It costs. You ask anybody that's got a woman over here that's living with them over here. And you're going to see. That's what makes your expenses go way up. She's your greatest expense. I mean, I think, I don't know if I said anything more profound since I've been on YouTube talking about life over here than when I say that your biggest expense is going to be the woman laying next to you. There's nothing else even comes close to that. Yeah, Mike Beats of Life says, everyone got a plan till you get picked up at the airport. Here, give us a hand. Here, Booby. Yeah, that makes sense. P Money says your video sets clear expectations of what Western men should expect. It does, man. You know, in a way, you know, everybody's got their own perspective, and you're going to see something totally different than what I'm seeing, right? Okay, but you never can say that I was lying, or I'm pulling your leg, or it's not the way. Then you're going to say, yeah, he wasn't lying. Okay, that's a fact, man. You know, it's just certain things that you can't argue with guys who are living over here. You can't argue with them about it. Norsk says, live, laugh, and love life. You only have one shot, do it. Yeah. But once is enough, man, if you do it right. But yeah, guys, I want to thank y'all for stopping in again today. Again, I just want to say to people, when I make these videos, man, they're not for you to push back on. I don't care if you agree with what I'm saying. It's not that. I just want my boots on the ground experience to help you, the good and the bad. The mistakes I make, I share them with you to help you, not for you to turn around and hit me over the head with them. You know, the guy says, oh, you're not the right guy to share that message about cohabitation, killing relationships. I said, I'm the perfect guy to share that message. He says, oh, because you had 3 failed relationships. Only because I told you I had 3. You didn't know that until I told you. I'm not trying to hide nothing. You know. But that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Instead of him saying like, well, he may know what he's talking about. He's lived with 3 women over there. Maybe he knows what he's talking about. No, he said, well, you shouldn't be talking about what, you know, you're not the right person to give that advice. Well, why wouldn't I? Why would you talk to a guy that's never went through anything over here? Hey, Michael Alexander, thanks for that super chase. Said, Cal, you're saving us millions. I just wish I could have saved millions more, because it's guys over here that's spending money like it's going out of style. They're chasing these women down, sweating them like Filipinas are going out of style, not realizing that there's so many women over here available, you could never hit the bottom. You'll never hit the bottom. But that's the way we act over here. We're running around in circles. You know, we're at the whim of people who have no business having control of us. But we won't listen. We keep making the same mistakes over and over and over and over. One guy gave away $3 million. I'll be damned if he ain't turn around and do it again. He did the same damn thing again. So it's like, and then they push back, well, it's my money, okay. A fool and his money are soon parted. You know, a lot of times, man, we make mistakes that do more harm to the girl than good. We think we're helping her by giving all this money. Really, you're hurting her. It takes a certain edge to make it over here. Let me remind you. And what we do, whether we're over here 2 weeks, 2 months, or for the rest of your life, is we dull her edge. So when we leave or we break up, she no longer has that edge, man. She can't make it here anymore. She can't deal with the struggle anymore. She's not tough enough. We soften them up, man. But we don't think about that. We the hero. You know, we're the savior over here. Not realizing, man, a lot of times, man, it's best to be on the outside, man. I stay on the outside. The only way I'm on the inside over this place is when I have a relationship. But a lot of us, man, we on the inside, man, we're messing with stuff we don't need to be messing with. You're tempting fate over here, man, when you're dealing with women over here. Especially, man, if it doesn't work out, guys. Now, you know, she's used to living with aircon 24 hours a day, sleeping on a real mattress, a shower, food every day, money in her pocket every day. Then all of a sudden you leave and boom, it dries out. Now what? She's worse off than she was when you met her. Because you can't miss what you never had, guys. She's going to miss that lifestyle. Then what she's going to do, run out here and grab another foreigner. Usually the second foreigner she grabs is worse than the first one because she's in desperate mode. But yeah, thank y'all so much for your super chats, your super stickers, man. All your kindness, your generosity, and support of Sunshine Shoulders, man. I never take it for granted. As long as my videos are relevant, man, I'm going to keep on doing them. As long as they're helping people, you know. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure today. Stay out of trouble, guys. I'll see y'all next time.